This is Dirty TV, and we have off-key Rolex for FakeRolex. How are you doing?
I'm alright, mate. How you doing?
Yeah, not bad at all. I'm really excited to meet you and to have a little interview with you. I was listening to your stuff on your MySpace last night, and I just thought it was fucking great. Really, really great stuff. I was really excited about what you're doing.
Thanks.
Tell me a little bit about what you're up to and behind your music.
Yeah, well, basically, I'm off key. I'm one part of FakeRolex, the other part in here today. He says he's sorry. Bye. Sorry. Like, basically, what we are is like probably at the forefront right now of London's new. Actually, let me say it right. Basically, what we are is like you've seen in London for years, like DJs and MCs put together. But you ain't really ever seen it fused together as a proper sort of like act, proper live music and recording. You know, you hear all these albums and it's just some MC just chatting over something, but it's never right. So I guess we're kind of like the most exciting thing happening in that sort of music right now. Just starting up with it, working in the studios, coming up with some good music as you said yourself. And we're touring Europe at the moment. So look out for us in Sweden, Berlin, Helsinki. We've been Eastern Bloc already. So yeah, it's going good.
Great. I mean, when I was listening to your stuff, I was really taken back to like late 80s. There's a really honest vibe going on with the music. As I was saying to one of the bands earlier, I think, you know, dance music and a lot of the music was coming out after 95 was just like crap. It just finished. And I was really excited to hear what you were releasing and putting together. It wasn't that it was really modern, but there was elements there that I thought were really exciting and modern. But there was a real reminiscent part of like late 80s, as I remember, on dance music and house music.
Yeah, well, basically at the moment in London, you're getting a lot of remaking of all the old sort of banging genres like garage, you know, drum and bass is even coming back, and like, you know, there's all these new versions of it, dubstep, drum step, bass as well. And I guess that's what we are. Like we're kind of like, I guess what our generation is, or what we as artists are doing is fusing all the best sounds that London produced back in the early 90s. And you know, and it's coming out now. We're bringing it back with a much fresher twist, much harder energy, much heavier basses, much more interesting structures in the beats, and you know, the rhymes as well. We're pushing it out. We're fed up of just like hearing rappers talking about themselves. You know, that's fucking boring. Excuse my language. But like, what it's really about is about something interesting. If you've got a chance to speak, you might as well say something interesting. Because I'm bored of hearing people talking about how many rings they have and how many watches they have, how many cars they have. It's boring, bruv.
Sure. Where would you say your earliest influences were from, music-wise?
Well, like I'm from Tottenham in North London, so like for me it's two things. It comes from two countries really. It comes from this country, like I've loved garage, like DJ Zinc, Bingo Records, loved all of that early stuff coming out on radio stations like Pirate Radio and that Extreme FM. Plus I loved all the New York 1992, 1995 hip hop, East Coast stuff, Mobb Deep, Nas, Wu-Tang. These guys had power and flavour. It's much like our own grime scene when it came out. It's just raw, gnarling stuff coming from where they're coming from, and that's what we're combining. I mean, I'm not faking anything. What I'm trying to do is something real and what feels good for me, man.
Cool. Why do you think London really is a capital of like the clubland? And I mean, it has changed over recent years with, you know, security issues, policies, this and the other. Government's really clamped down on the club scene. It's not as good, but it has been the hardest place to experience clubland, hasn't it? I mean, it far beats New York.
Yeah, well, like, you know, I run a club with one of my friends, and like Larry T, he left New York to come to London. Do you know what I mean? New York's fucking lame, bruv. No joke. Like, obviously Berlin is having it up as well, but London's always been there. There's always the edge. If it tries to push it out somewhere, then some squat parties roll up. Like, London's the only city in the world that at the same time as having like Movida in the West End, it's got Fabric in Farringdon, and it's got squat parties in Hackney Wick. You know what I mean? It's all over. Anything you want to hear or see or do, you can do in London. Don't care. If you want to be posh and drinking champagne in leather seats, you can. If you want to be a crackhead smoking rock in some warehouse, you can. I'm not saying that's right, but it's like you can do it, bruv. You can do whatever you want.
Movida, what do you think of Movida?
Movida, innit? It's banging.
Are you a regular there?
Innit, but standard, yeah. Movida's alright. Go there, innit?
Where are you actually hanging out at the moment? If you're a night out and you're not actually working, or is somebody else's place?
I'm playing PS2. I'm old school, bruv. No, like I don't know. I just go. I like going down to wherever my friends are doing, what club nights they're doing. I like going down to Dalston, like going up into Fabric sometime. But to be honest, not anymore. Like those days have gone for me, really. But yeah, anything that's good's going on. And there's a lot down in East London, a lot up Kingston Road. I like that. I don't really go South London, but I want to go there. Just no beef. Like, I want to go there. But yeah, it should be jokes anyway. Yeah. Peace.
I don't really think there is anything really South London to go to, such as, I mean, East London is where it is. It's like the West End, the old West End of like the 70s or the 80s.
Sorry.
Hold that thought.
Sorry,
we'll get back to you.
Ringing. Ja, jag ska ringa dig tillbaka. Yeah, sorry.
A minute.
Sorry about that.
This is 55. No, it's not actually. This is... You ready? This is Dirty TV. Anyway, we're back. So, East London, it's where it's happening, isn't it? It's where everything seems to be churning around. It's like the centre of London as such.
Well, yeah, the centre of London is centre point, but yeah, in terms of cultural speaking, yeah, East London it's been like that for years. To be honest, right now, it's probably drying up a little bit. A lot of the bankers are moving in from Liverpool Street and that, and you know, you'll see a lot more suits around East London than you ever did before. So yeah, East London is still where it's happening, but probably moving more from Shoreditch out towards Kingsland Road. But you know, there's good things going on in Bow, there's good things I've heard about New Cross. Excuse me, and also King's Cross is where it's going to happen, back to North London, so trust me, King's Cross.
You reckon King's Cross?
Yeah. There's all St Martin's University, all the London College, yeah, they're all moving there. Guardian's already there. There's a massive development thing going on, so trust me, yeah, that's where I like King's Cross.
But don't you think King's Cross is going to be too outpriced to actually sustain clubs and, you know, bars which are not going to be again overtaken by the Eurostar and, you know, people coming in to quick pint?
Yeah, I can see what you mean, but then remember King's Cross had Bagley's, King's Cross got Egg, King's Cross got like some clubs where it's quite raw people, quite heavy people go down. Like, you know, maybe that's a bit rougher edge crowd in London, but you never know. Remember East London was ghetto, mate, do you know what I mean? It was rough as fuck. And then all the artists moved in and they started dancing about, so do you know what I mean? Any place can change, just see how it goes, isn't it?
Sure. We love FakeRolex music. We think it's really, really great. So we really want to keep in touch with what you're doing and really big it up. So it's nice to chat with you, yeah? We'll catch you later, yeah?
Yeah, nice one.
Dirty TV.
Nice one.